Hello and a warm welcome to you all. As you know, you've been invited here today to celebrate 100 years of unity in the UK. This has been organised by the AULM, which is the Association of Unity Leaders and Ministers, quite a mouthful. Briefly, this is going to be a completely unique occasion because 100 years is a bit special, isn't it? So I don't think any one of us will have experienced anything quite like this before. As you relax into your own inner sanctuary of peace and love, just rest gently, just for a few moments. And all is well. Amen.
Now, unity is based on the teachings of Jesus Christ, which we all know. And one of our very prominent unity scholars, Elizabeth Centenary, convinced us that some of the most rigid teachings were given when Jesus appeared 10 times after the crucifixion. Those 10 times between the resurrection and the ascension. And it was through these 10 appearances that Jesus' disciples at last understood that his 3 years of teaching and his claim of spiritual man was comprehended. It is out of this thinking that this Jesus Christ model emerged. 10 is a symbol that Christ lives, proving his aliveness by appearing 10 times. It is not only an aliveness, but being present with a dynamism that contributes to the spiritual understanding of God and of man. Now, during the journey in the UK, we see a dynamic Christ presence made known over 10 times. 10. And a testament to the model of our way shower who blazed the trail to attain a transformation from one level of spiritual awareness to a higher and holier ground.
But I'm here to pick out highlights from the last 100 years. Now, I'm not 100 years old, I can assure you. Not yet. But I have picked out some things that I felt were important. The basic roots of unity started in London. And Stanhope Terrace became like a beam of light. I can't express it anywhere, like a searchlight going out. They had several floors, and on the 4th floor was a tiny, tiny flat where Ruth lived. She didn't go home at night because she lived on the south coast, and so it was too far. And she would stay all night in this little room at the top of the house. What was she doing? She was answering prayer calls during the night. Now, I've worked in silent unity, just as Kimberly works in silent unity. And we didn't take night calls. And I think Ruth did. But then the war, our country was in quite a state, because it was just before the war started. So there were a lot of needs, and I'm sure if we were around then, if it was happening now, the first thing we would do, we would have a rota for night calls, because people get sick in the night as well as the daytime. So that's where we started silent unity in this country. You are my vision, oh Lord of my heart. Lord, be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best, Lord, my day, Lord. So allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into your heart center. That space where all is one and where we are one. And know that this is a divine order day. That any change that arises, we rise to it. And know that it is still a divine order day. We are grateful for this morning and all that we've experienced and shared together. And we anticipate an afternoon that indeed blesses us, a celebration of spirit that continues to unite us in faith, in love, in order.
That was the one that Hello. You gonna sing us a song?
I don't know, I'm not dancing. I didn't know.
It isn't a candlelight service. This one is a special one. And it's about people who we know, who have moved on for the greater soul improvement. That's what I call it. Everyone who has been and given time and talent and money to Unity Movement. We think of all our teachers who spend hours and hours in preparation, study, and we think of the ministers who give their time day and night. If you get a call in the night, you go, just like any other minister.
Let me fly down and say, was it all worthwhile? You begin to think, well, did I get it all wrong? We don't all get it wrong, or all of it is never wrong. But as Jesus told his disciples, come out and put your net on the other side, on the right side. So it's important that we not only throw our nets, but we know where to throw our nets. And this comes from the truth. It's only through truth and with truth, which is Christ, that you can get all that you need. Helps you to overcome and helps you to gain your dreams, open up the doors, the windows of heaven. Unity teaching tells us about that. Unity teaches, offers us the principles, the precepts, the concepts. And if we apply them, remember, you have to do it. There's no minister, there's no teacher, there's no book that will do it for you. You have to learn about it and then you have to apply it. It's as simple as that.
And when I was asked to say closing prayer, I was drawn to the 1st of May, the daily word, since daily word is so important in unity. I was drawn to the 1st of May, and if I may, I'd like to read that for you. It's divine love. I think, say, and act within the energy of divine love. Relationships tend to change as children get older. People move away, or strangers become family members, as we have. The constant through every change is love, though. Though someone may not remain as part of our daily lives, we can still hold them within the energy of unconditional love. If someone's behavior is hurtful or demeaning, I hold that person in the energy of divine love, even if I do so while I am lovingly releasing him or her from my life. I look beyond their behavior to the spirit of divine within, knowing the truth of their being is more than their actions. In every relationship, I think, say, and act within the energy of divine love, completely and unconditionally. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. And I think we do that in unity, unconditionally.
Peace that was there. remember this wonderful celebration of 100 years of unity in the United Kingdom, where we all came together and had sweet fellowship with one another. God bless all of you.